I rise and I wake and I gotta go get it. I'm making my bed and it's straight to the digits. No cup of jokers, this is acidic. So I take a shot with the lemon and ginger. Look in the mirror like, yeah, I'm that. Look in the mirror like, I'm fitted. Looking outside like the world is all mine. Look in the mirror like, go get it. I gotta get to the scene, oh, I gotta get to the bag now. I can't be chasing on these. They getting, they feeling and dragged down. That's why they just crash out. Stuck in the cell and it's man down. Life getting gone in a flash now.
Hey, it is Jody of Forever Voice. This episode, holding on for dear life. For dear life. I don't know why. We gotta learn to let go. We gotta learn to be all right with letting go. We gotta learn with being all right with our actions to let go. So, we are given our family, but we have options to choose our friends. We don't always have the options we want, or we don't always have what we want in family. We don't always have that. It is given to us. It's not really a choice at all. If you do not know who your parents are, what makes you, what creates you, what your DNA states, it's from the family that you were given. So just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. I don't want to be insensitive to those who are not in contact with or raised by their biological family. Walking again as usual. I'm on the tail end of my walk, so I might be a little bit winded this time. I don't know. I love to walk while I'm talking while I'm walking. So, having said that, we receive our family, but we choose our friends. So when friends no longer add value or feel good, make you feel good, when certain friends no longer have that asset, accept that and be okay with it. Don't hold on for dear life. Why? Are you trying to repay a debt? Just like I said in may have been the first episode of this season, I don't owe anyone. We do what we do because we want to. And if you had an ulterior motive, then that's for you to deal with. But you don't owe. You do what you do. They do what they do because they choose or they chose to. Period. Point blank. As we get older, right, we have experiences. We have loss. We have setbacks. We have circumstances that are heavy, that cause confusion and cause stress, cause depression, all of those things. And as we get older, we deal with those things the best way we can. And when we come out of them, those experiences, those losses, those setbacks, those circumstances, those stressors, that depression, as we get out of them, they leave their fingerprint on you. Or maybe you want to call it a footprint. You might feel like you got kicked. You might feel like it's a footprint, not a fingerprint. Either way, it leaves an impression. And that impression gets rooted in you. That way, when you experience something or when something's on its way, you know how to react. Or you're not a stranger to it. This is not foreign to you. You know what's up. You know what's coming. When we deal with our friends, we deal with our friends based on those fingerprints, those footprints that have been left on us. We don't experience the same thing. This is how we end up in different lanes with our friends. Because even though we could be like sisters, closest friend you've ever had, you talk daily, you work together, you live close by, you're not going to have the same life experiences. I don't care if you're married with 2 kids, 1 girl, 1 boy. You're still not going to have the same experience, the same life-altering experiences. You just won't. There will be some things that you have in common, but you won't have the same experiences. And in that, I just want to say that with friends, it's okay. You go through these different stages, and at some point, not with everyone, not with all friends, the name of that friend is just kind of putting a bad taste in your mouth. What do? Do you fix it and force it? Or do you lovingly say, I'm okay now? I've been through that part with you, thank you, but I'm okay now. And I'm going to lovingly say goodbye. Or I'm going to lovingly let go. Something to think about. Woo. It's time for me to roll out my example. It's time for me to roll out my analogy. 97, yeah, 97, I believe it was. My husband and I, we bought a house and moved. And the family was a little bit smaller. I only had my daughter, that's it. Didn't know my son was coming. Didn't know that. But once he was born, it just kind of felt like, okay, we don't have enough space. We need to move on. So we did. In that area that we'd moved to, I had gotten very close to a coworker of mine because we lived in the same area. I forgot she lived in that area. And once we saw each other at a birthday party, it was like we reconnected from working together. She had moved on, had gone into another career. But when we saw each other and reconnected again, realized we were only 5 minutes away from each other, we built a friendship. And from that friendship came another friendship. So we were like a trio. We were together all the time. If you saw one, you were going to see the other two, period, point blank. If you saw two, you'd ask where the third one was because that's how much we were together. That's just how we were. So our kids are growing up. Kids that were little kids at first, and go through all the sleepover stuff and the birthday parties, all that good stuff. And then kids get older. We are getting older. Our interests have changed. And we start to realize that, we're slowly moving in different directions, but we're holding on to each other. Well, I ended up moving. We ended up moving back to the original house that we bought. We didn't need all the space anymore. The kids were gone. So we moved back. And I saw that our friendship was wavering. I tried to keep it back together. I saw that I was kind of out of the loop. We made plans and we were together every weekend. We would find something to do together. If it was just go out and have a beer, we were going to do it. We were beer drinking girls. So we were supposed to go somewhere. I know we were supposed to go out to eat or something, have a good time. And I was looking forward to it because I hadn't seen them. I had not seen them in so long. They still lived in the same area. So I was looking forward to seeing them. I missed them. I wasn't hearing from them as much. Well, then the day comes, then the time comes. I don't hear from anybody. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm not crazy. We were supposed to be going, linking up and going to that today. Like, I'm not crazy. Well, never showed up. I called both of them. They never picked up. How is it that two of them don't pick up? How did that happen? Well, it did. I was frustrated. I'm like, really? They really both gonna ignore me like this? You know how it goes. You get on the phone. The women, we're gonna be like, can you please gonna roll that whole thing out to your other friend. Oh, girl, they not dealing with you anymore. They must not be. And I'm like, why? I didn't do anything. Like, why? I don't know. But both of them are not gonna leave you on red. Not both of them, because they didn't answer texts either. So I let it go. Okay, we'll see what happens. So I get a call from one of them. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I must have forgot. It sounded crazy to me, but I was like, all right, it's cool. Then she's like, I'm gonna come by. I'm gonna come by. Oh, it's okay. I'm here. And she calls me and says, hey, I'm down the street. I'm on my way right now. And I'm like, okay. All right, cool. I'm here. You probably know the rest. I never saw her again. I didn't see her. I was like, what is going on? You know what? We are not good. We are definitely not good. So I let that go. Once we got past that part with the one friend, I'm going to call friend number one. I don't want to call names or aliases. Friend number one is the one that I'd actually called, just to clear the air. Friend number two, that's the one that said I'm on my way, he never showed up. So we let that just go. We had a bit of a strange relationship, friendship, Q and I. Like I said, with that, I'll be there, I'll see you, I'm on my way, I'll be there, I'm down the street, and then never to come at all. There was another situation. I'd had some friends over. Another friend come over. We're going to call her friend number three. Friend number three, love to be messy, but low-key messy. The friend number three comes over. Oh, that's so nice. I said, come on, let me show you. It ain't going to take me 5 seconds to show you the whole house. It's a very small house. The house we started with. I love this house. But she walked through. Oh, so girl, you didn't tell me you got married. That's friend number two. You didn't tell me she got married. Was you there? I didn't see you in any other pictures. I said, no. She said, well, did you know she got married? I said, no, I didn't. You didn't know? What? I can't believe you didn't know. That girl is right here on Facebook. I let it sit there. I had other folks in the house, and they were just kind of looking like, when is she gonna stop? I know friend number three very well, so it's not going to stop. And I just kind of sat there. So you really didn't know? I said, didn't I tell you I didn't know? Ain't that what I said? I told you I don't know what you want me to say. You keep repeating the same thing. I didn't know that. Well, I thought you would have at least been there. I said, I wasn't there. I wasn't invited and I didn't know about it. But I know who she married. I know who the man is. Girl. And she is still trying to push her phone in my face to look at the pictures. I said, it doesn't really matter at this point. It did. But at the time, that's not what we on. At the time, it was just like, we just having fun. I'm proud to show you all what my husband, my cousin, and I'm proud to show you what we did. My kids, my husband, my cousin, and me. Look at what we did. That's what I'm on. He wasn't on that. Oh. And finally, I said, I'm going to get this off my chest. Because I don't even understand what happened. So I called one of them. Not the one that said she was on her way. I didn't even call that one. I called the other one. Well, she told me the truth. And they both decided, you know what, I don't even feel like being bothered. Now, she never said that I had done anything. She just said that they had both, you know, just decided that they weren't going. And that's it. And after that, shortly after that, then BJ passed. After BJ passed, both of them were around. They both supported. I sent a text message out to everybody. Just, I need you. Can you come over and help me? And everybody did. Everybody did. Came over, planned, got some things together, and I felt supported. I felt like, you know what, I'm gonna be all right. I'll be all right. They're here for me. They're keeping me close. I'm good. So after we planned together and everyone was leaving, friend number one also had a significant loss literally days after BJ. And that was really painful. That was really painful because I was trying to support her at a time where I was needing support, and it was just weird. I don't know, it was just weird, but I tried. And I had to let her family surround her. She's got an amazing family, so she was okay. After everyone left or was leaving from the planning, I remember standing in my driveway and hugging friend number two. And she released and said, yeah, we'll talk more. And started walking down the driveway. When all the dust settled, and I remember that just froze me. And I remember saying to myself, bitch, how some dust gonna settle? My son did. What the hell are you talking about? Now remember, this is pre-calm Jody. And all I had in me to say was, what the fuck wrong with her ass? That's all I had in me to mumble under my breath was, the fuck? Yeah, we good. I'm not even gonna fool with this shit. We good. We've definitely done all we could do. And I watched her walk down the driveway. She kept walking. I said, yeah, she don't get it. She don't get it. Dust settle? Usually dust settles or dust clears. But she used that expression. And I just felt like what I had suffered was far more important than an expression or a quick, we'll talk as you walk down the driveway with your back to me. We'll talk when all the dust settles. I'm like, when all the dust settles, this is not some dinner party that'll be over with in another hour. This is my life. Ain't no dust gonna settle. This is my life now. Dust settle. But everybody communicates differently. She said what she said, so that's what she had. Period. You know. So we get through the celebration, BJ's celebration. I did see her there. I don't remember saying much. I don't remember a whole lot. Period. We get through all that. But even before that, it just feelings of discomfort, right? We'll talk once the dust settles, and it was very casual, very nonchalant. What is she on? Bitch, you crazy. Dust settling? What you on? Like, what the hell are you talking about? That kind of reopened something. It made something that was palatable all of a sudden no longer palatable. Like, no, craziness. We can't. I could deal with one, but I couldn't deal with the other. So then years later, I get a text. And I'd already trained myself over the years because it had been a few years at that point since BJ had passed, probably 2. And in those 2 years, I'd done a lot of reading, researching, meditating and writing, reading, researching, meditating, writing, reading, researching, meditating, writing, until it was clear how I needed to move forward. It was still difficult, but it was clear what I needed to do. It's a matter of practice, it's a matter of perspective, and you have to keep going with it. It has to become a part of you. So while it was becoming a part of me, I learned that in order to establish and in order to maintain my own sanity, I had to ensure that I not only filtered out calls that I didn't need to receive, but I also filtered out text messages. I got to stand myself first. Am I good to even communicate on a positive level? If I'm not, close, don't open the text, go back to the home screen, period. These are things that you have to do to control your information, to control what's coming in. So I saw friend number 2's name. I said, am I going to be able to handle this one? No. So it's going to have to wait for a minute. It's going to have to wait. And I revisited, brought the question back, okay, I'm ready now, I'm good now. Open it up, look at it. And I read it. It was kind of like reaching out to you to see, how you're doing, how you've been. Briefly explain that we are okay. Been working hard on our grieving process, and we're okay. Then it gets further, into how my daughter is and everything. I send a picture, she compliments her and compliments her accomplishment in law school, finishing law school, and all of that. Then there's an explanation from me why I feel the way that I feel. She then responds back and says, apologizes and all of that. I said, no need for an apology. I'm just making you aware of, I'm paraphrasing. I'm making you aware of how I felt. And it was fine. It was fine. She apologized and that was fine. You leave that right there. Because that is just clearing the air. That is not saying let's start all over. 16 years, I know enough. And I also know me. I had become a different person. I had evolved. So what you do is no longer what I do. What you're interested in is no longer the same as what I'm interested in. I want to continue to evolve, but I'm evolving in a different place. I'm evolving to move forward on a different track. And that is okay. Fast forward another year, and I get another text about the person that she married and how this happened and that happened and he was this and he was that. I don't really take time out to look at the text, turn the phone down there. I don't really do that anymore because I'm a few years in, so it's not necessary. All that preparation is not necessary anymore. I picked it up and I looked at it and I knew right off the bat, okay, it's going to be a boundary test. I know that I'm going to have to set boundaries from this. I already know that. Opened up the text, read it, don't. It's just not necessary. When the other person is the villain for everything. They try to do this, they try to do that. It's not necessary. So I get this text vilifying the person that she married, telling me where she is right now and she'll be moving soon and this long rundown. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but I know what I made it. I made it. It's good you had a safe space to be when you needed to rebound. It's nice that you have a safe space with someone you truly care about and someone that truly cares about you and can allow you the time you need and your reset. That's great. Good luck. And that was the end of that. I don't carry any kind of negative feelings toward her. I appreciate everything that I learned as our friendship grew. But I've grown into someone else, and that someone else is not willing to gamble or willing to find out or willing to wait and see if we're on the same page. That's not who I am. Holding on for dear life, no ma'am. No. When you lose someone that you did not think you could continue to live without, you learn that you can let go of any damn thing if you have to. So if I had to let go of a physical thing of my son that is still my world, I know you don't think it would make me flinch to let go of someone when I know that you're not giving me life. At a certain point, at a certain time, you outgrow people. At a certain point, at a certain time, people outgrow you too. Don't hold on for dear life. Live out what you were meant to live out with that person, with those people, with that group, and grow on. Not go on, grow on. Nobody can give you anything greater than what you can give yourself, which is the freedom to pick and choose and to grow on. Don't explain it. You don't have to explain it. Grow on. You don't have to explain a thing. Don't hold on for dear life. That's what I got. It's Jody, a favorite voice, and you know I love y'all. I'll be back with another message for you next week. Take care. But don't hold on for dear life. Bye.